Hi, Amy. Let's look at your writing here for December. Okay, so like I just said to Alan, I want you to focus on the things that. Okay, so this is the two main points I would say are here. Have you ever thought of an ideal place, and would you like to study or work abroad? Okay, so that's the two things. That's your two questions. They're not really questions, but two things you need to discuss. All right, and I'm looking to make sure that you do that. Right. So in recent years, more and more Taiwanese decide, uh, have decided to study or work abroad. Excellent. Okay, so right away, I like this that uh, you are moving toward this. Okay, this is part of uh, the what do they want you to say? All right, a good choice, a good choose as it is. Okay, I would say using the noun is better here. A good choice it is. So it'd be a good choice as it is. It is a huge cost. So we would say to afford something. Okay, to afford something. You don't say to cost something. To afford something, okay, so something costs a lot or too much or something, right? That's how we use that grammar. Something costs money, something costs a lot. But we say, I can't afford or I can't afford something. Okay? It is a huge cost. After the entrance exam, so entrance is not really a proper noun. I wouldn't make that capital. After the entrance exam is done, it is time to consider the future. Okay, so I think I said this to when you have this verb, you have to remember to do a plus for the second verb, right? Time to consider, not or yeah. See, yeah. Whether okay, I would say whether you study abroad or not. Uh, okay, so when you do whether, I'm looking for a second part. So whether you study abroad or not, blah 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 blah. There should be a second. There should be a part two to that idea. Okay. But I think that's meant to be part of this, right? Uh, it's time to, yeah. So that's one way to do it. Is just conclude this. Uh, it is time to consider the future, whether to study abroad or not. Because what I'm looking at is has to be attached to something, and that's what it should be. To be attached to that. Okay, and which collage, college, collage is something entirely different. Okay, and okay, again, here we have an and here, so it should be connected. You're separating it off. I wouldn't say to do that. Okay, and which college you want to study. Oh yeah, so that works quite well just to keep that uh, together. And which college you want to study at. More people choose studying abroad than many years ago. More people choose studying abroad. I think to study abroad, it just sounds nicer. Study abroad, then you know what? In the past, it covers the same idea. It looks good, but it sounds better. All of people, grades are all of the people whose grades are outstanding think studying abroad is better than studying at home. in the homeland. Studying at home. Okay. Mm, so, though the question says, have you ever thought, would you like to study? So when you went very general, just talking about Taiwanese people, but you didn't hit the you. So I think that um, you kind of missed it here, because you kind of missed it. Both questions are asking about you, not about in general. So you've kind of set the stage with you set it up. It's okay, but you didn't, because both questions are asking you, and you didn't really hit that. Okay, so I'm sure the second paragraph you will. So here in my memory, I know what you're trying to say, but in English we don't really say in my memory. Uh, we would just say, I remember my father always saying. If you are able, must is pretty strong. Maybe I think should might be better. Should study abroad. When I grew up, I changed my outlook. I reckon it is a good suggestion. Verb, but the noun, yeah. And I reckon it's a good suggestion that ask to. Okay, so to ask you, but actually you're using the word suggestion, so it's actually to suggest. It's a good suggestion to. It's a good suggestion for me to study abroad. It is a success, but change my idea. What? Okay, so here's an issue about the using. We have oftentimes have a verb, a noun, and an adjective form of words, and an idea like success is a good example because both the verb, the noun, and the adjective. So success, the noun, succeed, right? Success, the noun, succeed, the verb, and successful, adjective, are all very useful and you can use them uh, interchangeably to express something. Not all words are like this. Sometimes the verb is much better with the noun. But this one, they're all very useful, and you can decide which one. And sometimes, well, so let's look at here. It is success, but change my idea. I just don't understand what you're trying to say. That okay. So maybe perhaps your father succeeded in changing your idea. Let's see. I mean, I might be changing what you mean here. But and changing my mind, that's another one you could consider using. Your father succeeded in changing your mind. In now. Now. I put it. We'll put something on the list. Not in a list, but on a list. On your list. For the future. It will be carried out after my college life for promoting myself. Yeah. It's on the list, but to carry out that's awkward. It will be carried out. It will. He's succeeding. See, now I put it on my list for the future. I will. Uh, I will after your college life, I will make plans to, let's say I will include over, because you're not talking about college now, you're talking about after college. Okay, so I think I told you this one. Make a priority to gain some overseas experience after my college. After my college life, you wouldn't say after your college life. After I graduate from college, and that just makes it more clear. For promoting myself. Uh, is important for self-improvement. Okay, so here we have some useful grammar or word usage. Make it a priority. It means it'll be your first thing. Gain experience. So we have you're talking about experiencing something. Gain experience or get experience. Okay. All right, so you did answer this the question here, uh, but no, you didn't. You didn't answer this, and I think this is one that's really so. It's asking you, have you ever thought of an ideal place for studying? You didn't get that one. Okay, and would you like to? Uh, yeah, so you kind of answered number two. Okay, check. You did answer that you would like. You didn't do it very directly. You did answer, but you did not answer number one. Okay, so it might not be the end of the world. I don't know how they mark it, but you didn't answer it, so you should try to answer both questions well. So one way, like I suggested with Alan, is your topic sentence. Okay, so I'll write it down here. Topic sentence is a good way. Should include the topic. Include the topic. So, for example, number one, have you ever thought of an ideal place for studying or working? An example would be, I don't know, pick a country, Canada. Canada. Can't spell my own country's name. Canada is an ideal place working or study. So I just used the exact grammar of the question in my topic sentence. And now, if I do a good paragraph and I follow through with sentences to support, I will answer the question. So you're making it easier to answer the question. Focus yourself so that you check, you answer that's what they want you to write about. So you didn't exactly kind of hit the studying abroad, but you didn't hit would you, and you didn't talk about what's an ideal place. You didn't really focus in on what they want you to do. Okay, be careful with that. As far as vocabulary and grammar, there's a lot of, you can definitely reach a higher level in using intermediate level grammar and vocabulary. So I encourage you to do that and keep working on that as well. Okay, so have a happy new year.